Today's Swole Fam Spotlight is from Gwendol. What's going on, Beaches? Welcome to the Daily Swole Podcast, episode 2667, Friday, August the 25th. Welcome to FEF, everyone. Don't forget, at the end of today's episode, we have a live overtime segment for members only with a brand new Drive Mulgaining and brand new Balls Deep edits, the same type of edits that we do during our Throwback segment at the end of the show. So very excited about today's overtime. Gwendol writes, so, not a long experience, but a good one, for me at least. For some context, I follow Papa Swolio on YouTube since the end of May of 2019. Listening to him and looking at his content, I began to individualize my nutrition and my training, and I added a mobility routine and started meditating. I also realized I don't cover enough of recovery, which is pillar number 4, so I've been taking care of this. All of this and a daily dose of Papa Swolio on the Daily Swole podcast has helped me to become more accountable and consistent, which is pillar number 7. So I was good. I think, okay, I missed a lot of things, but now I'm good. I have all I need. Then I joined the Swole Fam in October and I met, you guessed it, the Swole Fam. As I said in a post, quote, "You are so amazing. If anyone has a question, a doubt, a failure, a victory, a struggle, you are here with answers, advice, cheering, support, experiences, congratulations, and kindness. It's always non-judgmental, very realistic, and also practical. Even reading the comments on other posts is heartwarming. Lost in my country, I realized how much I missed it. But it's more than this. It's the energy that has been put into my momentum. It gives me more energy and it always makes me feel good. I have to do the work, but it's making following the pillars easier, and it's priceless. It seems to me that in the, quote, fitness area, the community aspect is never pushed. It's never focused on, even though it is usually made to seem insignificant. Maybe insignificant like the little finger, and the little finger, however, is key. That's the lock that makes the hand a powerful fist. As with pillar number 7 as the thumb. The pillars, the hand with the 7 fingers. I like that. I like that mindset. I like that approach. Anyway, hope that makes sense. It does. I just had to fix a couple spelling errors while I was tripping over it. But thank you so much, Gwendol. That's a great post. Anyway, let's focus on the last part for a little bit. I always love to read the testimonials, the Swole Fam testimonials and the success stories. And I always like to focus on a couple parts of it, but I love that aspect. Of course, we have 4 fingers and we have the thumb, but I love that aspect. It's just like when I talk about in the show, how the 7 pillars, they support one another, right? They're each important. None of them are good or everything on their own. You can't have consistency without having the first 6. Like, what are you being consistent with? Consistently sitting on the couch, watching Netflix, eating Cheetos. So you need each of those pillars and they support one another. And you can't have pillar number 7 without the first 6, and having pillar number 7 without, let's say, nutrition or without your mobility, you're missing something. And using that analogy, a lot of people think, oh, it's the pinky. It's the pinky. You don't need the pinky. It's a small finger. But then you're not making a tight fist. Try gripping something without your pinky finger. It makes all the difference. So that's why sometimes you think a pillar isn't that important. You might not think that mindfulness, oh, I do yoga and I lift weights and I eat pretty good. Well, everything's important. Community is so important. And let me just clarify this before we get into today's show. There might be one pillar. We all know they're all important, but each and every single one of you has to focus on maybe one of the pillars a little bit more than the others. Maybe lifting is your strong point. Nutrition's not a problem for you. Maybe you have to work on your community. You have to pay more attention to that all the time. Maybe it's your mobility. You have the other pillars pretty locked down, but mobility is a challenge for you. It's something that you tend to ignore more, so you have to focus more on that. We all have something that we have to work on, and sometimes that might change. So you could drop in the live chat. I see Stone here, Tony, Mika, Julian, Pandemonium. So drop in the comments if there's one pillar in particular that you have to focus a little bit more on. We all know that all 7 are important, but there might be one that's a little bit more of your focus, and that might change over time. You might nail one and sometimes another one becomes something you have to focus on a little bit more, but obviously they're all important. So even though it might seem insignificant or you might be ignoring it, once you start unlocking it, once you start using that pinky finger more, Maybe you never really gave much attention to mindfulness, but then once you start really focusing on it, wow, I didn't realize how strong a fist I could make. And even moreover, I didn't realize how weak my fist was. A lot of people think that their nutrition's on point. And then they start doing elimination diet and they realize, whoa, I was never eating healthy. I thought I was eating pretty good. And then you realize you were eating like shit. You weren't doing it at all. So just something to keep in mind. Thank you for sharing, Gwendol. If you want to join Gwendol, myself, and the rest of the Swole fam, head on over to swolenormousx.com. Join the fam today. And we have an amazing overtime segment. You get access to all the private live streams. We had an awesome roundtable last night, which was fire. That's available for members in Swole TV. It was great. Fastest 2 hours ever. And every time I think, oh, and I was saying this last night at the end, you always think, I look at the timer, oh, we're half an hour in. This one's, feels like it's, we're 45 minutes in. All of a sudden, we got 5 minutes left. It was awesome. So if you missed it, go and catch it. It's available. And join the Swole fam to get access to all the programs, all the yoga, all the meditation, everything we talk about every day on the podcast. We have all the tools you need and so much more. I don't want to spend too much more time talking about it. Go to swolenormousx.com, join the fam today, and get access to all of that. And of course, if you want to pick up some awesome merch, you're going to the fucking gym, cover your nips with the best merch in the game. Use code Daily Swole at checkout to get 10% off every day over at papasolio.com. We have new releases and we're going to have more releases this coming Monday. So it's going to be fire. We have an amazing event. I forgot. Back to Swole event, 12 noon Eastern time, the same time as our normally scheduled accountability meeting, major release party. So it's going to be extra awesome this Monday. So be there. That being said, let's get into today's Mancast. I'm super stoked. How are we doing, Michelle, Matt the Great, T-Cap, Barrett? Let's get into today's episode 2667. The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Fat phobia is real and it's a social justice issue.
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Come on, really?
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Well, Normoth.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing, testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 2667 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gangcast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleevescast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and your hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. And today's episode of the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everson K2, flexing on all you beasts.
Fucking Catalina wine.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
The fucking Catalina wine mixer.
What's going on, beaches? How we doing? How are we doing? Welcome to the show, 2667. We have overtime coming up right after today's stream. Super awesome. Thank you. I got cleaned up. A lot of people are saying, ooh, Papa's got the fresh dew. I got it taken care of yesterday. We had a round table, so you guys didn't see it. And I went to the dentist today, so very nice. And guess what the dentist said? Guess what the dentist told me? Said, everything looks fucking great. Everything looks fantastic. Keep doing whatever you're doing. Keep doing whatever you're doing. Whatever you're doing is great. And guess what I do? Sometimes I brush my teeth with just water. Sometimes I use a little bit of baking soda. I don't eat shit food. I eat steak and fruit and a ton of raw dairy. So I get my calcium. I get everything. Hey, it works. It works. Take care of yourself and don't eat shit, and you won't fuck up your teeth. And definitely take care of your teeth, fam. It can lead to heart disease and all these kind of issues. But anyway, I'm always surprised. I'm always surprised because all these years I'm using Listerine and all this kind of stuff. I don't use Listerine at all. Again, sometimes just water or baking soda. And then I take a little bit of coconut oil, rinse around my mouth, a little oil pulling, and I floss with a little coconut oil. And that's it. That's it. So I don't need any of that stuff. Anyway, just a thought, but yeah, I'm always stoked. Thanks, Shane. Beard is looking tight. Thank you, SP. Appreciate it. You can. Grizzly says vegan tears. You can use vegan tears. You certainly can. Just as fresh squeeze as possible. If a vegan can cry right into your fucking mouth, that would be fantastic.
How dare you?
All right, go hug a tree. Fam, let's get into today's episode. I'm very excited for Overtime going live right at the end of today's episode. But now, before we do, let's bust the nut open. Drop in the comments. What are you smashing today? And let's fucking get into it. Falcon. All right, it's fucking Friday, but I decided to go with overtime. And I made the O very big. It's overtime. I don't want to see anyone doing hashtag Vertime. What's Vertime? What's Vertime? What's Verteam? What's Verteam? It's overtime. It's overtime. So bonus segment going live inside the Daily Swole Telegram chat right at the end of today's show. Very excited. All right. Let's get into today's episode. Fam, let's fucking do it. Spit on it. Time for some tip. Let's go. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. It's hot as balls, but you get the point. All right, let me inside. Let Papa in. I've been a good boy. And someone asked me, I think, what was it, Matt or someone? Did I get a sticker for being a good boy? And actually, the dental hygienist, she's awesome. And I always have the same person, so we're talking all the time. And I used to train the dentist that owns the practice. I used to train his wife, so we're friendly too. And he comes in, and he's like, "Oh, everything's perfect, it's good." And I'm like, "Do I get a sticker?" And I was kind of joking. He's like, "If you want a sticker, if you want one," he's like, "I'll give you one. You've been a good boy." And I was like, "Yeah." I didn't take one though, because I figured there was some kid that could use it. I was actually joking at first. I was like, "Oh, do I get a sticker?" And then I remembered, oh, it's a dentist's office. They're going to give stickers. But I didn't get a sticker. So I was kind of joking, but there's like, if you want a sticker, you get a sticker. And I was kind of joking, but then after I said it, legit, I was joking. And then after I said it, I wanted one. So then I realized I should have gotten a fucking sticker. So I was joking. And then after I said it and I left, I was like, I'm just kidding. And then I was like, I kind of wanted one. Mika, did you get a new toothbrush? That's my favorite part. No, I don't want the toothbrushes there. I have my own toothbrushes. I don't want the ones that they would give out. It's your favorite part. AMZ Dark Crystal, introducing my 5-month-old to the Swolecast while she practices crawling. Woo! She's gonna learn some words before she learns how to walk. She's gonna be flexing on people. She can't even stand, and she's gonna be calling. Well, she was saying all sorts of things. Earmuffs, my child. Earmuffs. All right, first Swole fan post. Here we go.
What's in the box?
Lone Wolf Alpha 9653 from the Discord. 50-year-old, really just starting out. Suggestions to keep me in the fucking gym. A little low testosterone and skinny fat with a dad gut, 5'9" and 192 pounds. Body fat 28%. Help me, Papa Swolio. You're my only hope. Sounds like swole, like Depth Vader or something. You are your own hope. We're here for you. Don't you worry about that. Start one of the programs, do the elimination diet, focus on your sleep, start one step at a time, start attacking those pillars. We got you. We got you. So I don't know if you've gone to a doctor. Is that why you know you're a little low testosterone? I don't know if you've looked into HRT or TRT, but it's probably time for that if that's something that you're open to. But getting proper nutrition, getting proper sleep, cold plunging, cold showers, all those things are very beneficial. And of course, getting on a solid program, but you're part of the Swole fam. Now you could jump into the 90-day dash, start practicing yoga, meditating, hit those 7 pillars. We're here for you. And definitely make sure you join the Telegram chats and stuff like that and join in on the private live streams. And we're happy to give you more specific advice as you get started. Jump on in. Jump on in. We got one here from Mace347 in the What's Up Beaches section on Swolenormous X. Hi, my name is Tracy. I'm 45 and currently train in MMA, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and boxing. We got some more martial arts Swole fam in the house. Been obese my whole life and just ready to live my best life. Welcome to the fucking fam. Welcome to the fam, Tracy. Excellent. Excellent. Fantastic. All right. So a lot of you are like, oh, my 3-month-old or my 3-week-old, my so-and-so is crawling around listening to the podcast. Well, let me tell you how you were made. Let me tell you what mommy and daddy did. I'll tell you about the swoles and the bees. You know, I'll educate you. All right, we're going to talk about the email list.
Girls have vagina.
So if you want to get on the email list, you know what to do. You go to makeemailswoleagain.com and you sign up for the Knowledge Cock. You sign up for the email list, and this is how email babies are made. So I'm going to go in that inbox. I'm going to tear it up. I'm going to do some rearranging, and I'll make it feel like it's the first email you've ever opened. So a lot of you get a lot of spam. You're tired of it. You get an email. Who cares? I have 9,000 unread emails. I don't need another one. Well, let me tell you, it's time that you had an email inbox rejuvenation, and Papa Swolio's Knowledge Cock is just what you need. So I'll make you feel right and tight, and I'll make it feel like you've got mail. Only this time, you've got Knowledge Cock. So join the email list. makeemailswoleagain.com. If you listen to that and don't sign up for the email list, you're a lost cause. All right, we got one from Armin. Response to how soon can you see results? Armin says, Papa Swolio, it took me 1.5 years for me to get abs, and it was really never my goal. My goal was to get stronger and bigger. Abs were just a byproduct of all the consistency, discipline, and hard work. As a wise man once said, the more you fuck around, the more you find out. I don't disagree. Sounds like a very wise man. If you fuck around, you're going to find out. And if you go to the fucking gym, you're going to find some fucking abs at some point. But it's absolutely right. I always talk about the weight loss, building muscle. Building muscle is a byproduct of the habits. Losing body fat is a byproduct of the habits. Getting abs is a byproduct of your habits. You don't just go and get abs. You have to do all the things and all the habitual things. And in the future, you will have them. It will lead towards that. We got a response here from Caitlin. And this is a response to how soon can you see results? Everyone's always trying to find it quick. You guys know. You listen to the podcast. And you know people, Papa Swolio, how soon can I see abs? I want to lose weight quickly. How do I build X, Y, and Z quickly? How do I lose fat quickly? And then I have to slap them across the face and be like, it's not going to happen quickly. It's going to happen when it happens. Can you do things more efficiently and it will speed up the process relative to not doing it as well? Sure. But stop worrying about the speed. Caitlin writes, hi, Papa. I have just recently come to stop wondering that question. I've always been a cardio person with the goal of looking, quote, thin, but started working with a personal trainer last December with the goal of I want to look toned and I have more muscle than fat and I want it fast. Well, I don't personally see much of a difference now, but I recently had all my measurements retaken and it completely changed my perspective and my goals. I gained 6 pounds of muscle, lost 3 pounds of fat, and got to 21% body fat.
Wow.
I feel so much stronger, more confident, and all around better than I did when I was doing cardio for 2 hours a day just a few months ago. Holy shit. That's fucking bullshit. After getting my stats updated, I realized I don't need to worry about the six-pack or the booty. That may come as I continue to try and reduce the body fat percentage. Indeed. But I'm focused more on strength and how it makes me feel, and I have never been more excited to go to the fucking gym than I am now. That is fantastic.
Boom shakalaka!
Good for you. Good for you. You get addicted to the feeling of lifting heavy weights. And yes, absolutely. If you want to see more definition, if you want to be leaner, then guess what? You need muscle. You need muscle. You need muscle. Otherwise, what are you cutting to? You're dieting down. You're trying to lose fat. Then what are you doing? What are you doing, fam? All right. Build muscle. Lift heavy. Build that strength. Eat properly. Get sleep. You're going to trim down over time. All right. It will happen. You will trim down over time. It just takes time. But that's fantastic. Cardio bunnies. Look, and people ask me all the time, Papa Sweet, what do you think about cardio? That's like asking me, I don't know, what do I think about Filipinos? It's like they're fine, I guess. I mean, I'm sure there's great people and there's shitty ones, right? There are shitty Filipino people. There are great Filipino people. There are shitty white people. There are great white people. They're just shitty people, right? There's pros and cons. So cardio is not necessarily good or bad in itself, but there's the application of it. So what's your goal? What are you trying to do? And understand that having certain aesthetics, looking a certain way, isn't always directly in line with longevity, with optimal heart health or X, Y, and Z. Yes, there's a lot of correlations, and sure, you could build muscle, you could be leaner, you could do all that stuff and be improving in that direction. But my point is, you could be on stage for a bodybuilding competition and you can look, whatever that means, you can look big, muscular, shredded, be on tons of drugs, dehydrated, stressing out your body in a big way. Just because you look a certain way doesn't mean you actually have health overall. So cardio is fantastic. Cardiovascular health is important. Doing cardio is great. You're getting cardiovascular benefits with any kind of exercise. Of course, you're going to get more benefits from that from doing walking or doing higher intensity cardiovascular aerobic training versus lifting heavy weights. But you still get some benefits from a zero standpoint. So how you execute cardiovascular training, how often you do it, what you're trying to accomplish with doing the cardiovascular activity. So I don't have anything inherently against cardio. I kind of troll it. In other words, people think that they're going to look a certain way just by doing tons of cardio. You're just going to be skinny fat. You might lose some body fat. You're going to lose some muscle maybe. You're just not going to have any kind of shape. People do, I want to get abs. I want to be muscular and lean, and they just run all the time. That's not going to get you what you want. So in other words, your body is going to adapt to the stress you put on it. What do you want to accomplish? What do you want the outcome to be? And then you have to do those things. If you want muscle, if you want to be muscular, lean, then guess what you have to do? Lift heavy fucking weights, build a lot of muscle. If you're eating properly, you're doing everything else properly, you will lose fat over time. You can do cardio, and you don't have to do cardio by running. You could do sprints. You could do sled work. You could do mace or club. You can do, you could do the elliptical. You could do Stairmaster. You could do Versa Climber. You can go for a bike ride. You can do like intense interval training. You could do kettlebell stuff. You could swing a mace or a club. You could do lots of different things. Sandbag work. There's a lot of ways to do cardio. You've heard the meme, I don't do cardio, I lift weights faster. Well, a lot of people do cardio for weights. They'll do like 30 reps of one exercise without rest. They do another one and they do another one. They just do a circuit. They're just doing nonstop lifting. That's cardio. That's cardio because you're not lifting heavy relative to your max intensity. If you're not doing any rest or doing a lot of reps, then you're just doing cardio. You're lifting for cardio. So you're better off doing focused cardio training and leaving your intense weight training. But of course, like I say with everything, you are going to limit your adaptations one way or another. If you're doing tons of cardio and trying to lift super heavy, one's going to affect the other. You're not going to maximize or optimize your cardiovascular capacity if you're lifting heavy weights all the time, and you're going to sacrifice your ability to be recovered and to, with your nervous system and your muscle mass and your recovery and your repair, to be able to lift as heavy or optimal for strength training and building muscle if you're doing tons of cardio over time, all the time. Can you do cardio and still build muscle? Yeah, of course. But if you're doing 20 miles a day or 15 miles or 50 miles a week, no, you're negatively affecting your ability to build muscle mass, period, end of story. It's not just from the energy expenditure, it's from your central nervous system fatigue. So there's a lot of different things. A lot of different things to consider. Okay, thanks for the post. Thanks for the email response. Again, make emailswoleagain.com. Get the knowledge cock directly in your inbox. I will stretch you out. I will make it feel like, I know you get maybe you might have that little notification, 9999 plus, like 10,000 emails plus. I'll make it feel just like that, but with one email. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, you're going to get a notification and your phone is just going to be like, you're going to be holding it and just be like, what the fuck just happened to my phone? It's going to feel heavy. You're going to feel that girth, and that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? If you don't feel me, you will. All right, let's move on. Fam, it's time for some KC, some more KC. If you have a question, drop in the comments, hashtag Ask Papa Swole. Thanks for being here. We're moving right along. We got overtime, so let's keep on fucking crushing it. Okay. Let's see. From Buddhatitya. Buddhatitya 132, whatever. Papa Swole, what's your tips on losing love handles, chest fat, and all around belly fat? I mean, all around? I mean, you have belly fat in one spot, love handles. Usually when cortisol levels, when stress hormones are high or excessive caloric intake, maybe you're bulking or you're trying to put on muscle and you're eating a lot of food extra. Like when I'm eating a lot and I'm training hard and lifting, I'll get softer in the midsection. You're eating tons of calories. And if you're not measuring directly, you might put on a little bit extra body fat, which is normal. So you just don't want to do too much and things like that. But if you're stressed out, you're not getting quality sleep, you're eating inflammatory foods, and you have a lot of like leaky gut, you have a lot of issues, then you're going to tend to store body fat around your midsection. Your organs are there. That's what you're not likely going to have, like ripped stomach and then fat forearms. You're not going to store you're not just going to have fat hands and shredded abs. So your body is going to keep the fat where it's more easily accessible by the organs, right? So your body's going to naturally store those things there. So what's your tips? Follow the 7 pillars, do an elimination diet, start lifting weights, get better sleep, sauna, cold plunge, cutting out inflammatory foods, getting sunlight. I mean, everything we do on the podcast. That's a very general question, so you get a general answer. All right, let's see. Shorty Love 87. Shorty. Papa Swole, I'm finally focusing on strength training regularly. About fucking time. Can you explain what the shakes during working out are? Does it eventually go away? The shakes? What do you mean? Are you having issues with blood sugar? Do you mean like twitching after you are stimulating your muscle fibers, like cramping? I don't know what you're feeling. I don't have the shakes. I don't know what you're referring to, but if you have things like low blood sugar, you might have or high blood sugar, you might have issues. But if you're new to strength training, you're going to have a lot of adaptations. You're going to be feeling a lot of things that you've never felt before. Just like the knowledge cock, if you sign up for the email list, you've never felt anything like it. So it's going to be uncomfortable at first, but you'll learn to love it. So, yeah. A lot of things. Some people get lightheaded at first. Remember, your body is not used to this kind of energy requirement. Your body is not used to this kind of output. So if it's a new stress on your body, you might have done too much. Shorty Love says, when I'm focusing on a specific muscle group, they'll be shaking. Well, I mean, without knowing any details, you can talk to your doctor. Not that they'll know anything about exercise, but are you getting enough magnesium? If there's any kind of cramping or muscle twitching, maybe it's low magnesium. But it could just be, sometimes you'll spasm or cramp after a workout just because your nervous system is triggering muscles. And sometimes there's like residual, tension or pathways that stay open, or you're more sensitive. But I don't know what you mean by shaking. I mean, it depends on what you're, twitching, shaking. Maybe we can clarify that a little bit. Grizzly, Papa Swole, ever think of getting a soundboard for when you start your epic rants? What do you mean? Like a soundboard of my own things? Or I hit a button where it's like rant time. Is that what you mean? Because I just go off. I mean, this is pretty much 2,667 episodes of rant. I could have just changed the Daily Swole to the Daily Rant, essentially. As if that's what you mean. Because I don't know. Oh, that's the whole part about the rant. I don't know. I'm not like, I'm going to go off on a rant. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm going to focus on this. But usually the rant just happens organically. De la Junior. Papa Swolio. Worked a ton of overtime this week. Definitely feel exhausted. But my question is, I'm currently moving and packing. Oof. That's rough. Moving and packing is rough. It's exciting, but it's also rough. If I'm not able to make it to the gym, is that okay? Maybe a dumb question. All right. Let's talk about it. Let's be realistic. So, yeah, you're moving, packing. We all know it's hectic. You're like, okay, I'm going to be here. I'm going to get stuff out of the house. You have moving, you have a truck rental, and you're boom, 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 moving stuff. So you're being very active. It's stressful. The most important thing is you're hydrating, have your electrolytes, make sure you're eating properly. A lot of people move, or I'm moving and I'm packing, and they just use that as an excuse to eat shit. You know, it's like people eat crap and they're like, oh, well, I'm moving and my kitchen's not prepared yet, so let me just face fuck myself with garbage. It's really just, it's a cope. It's an excuse. So make sure you stay on your nutrition. Maybe do a little yoga, a little stretching, a little meditation. It can be a day or two without lifting heavy weights. You're also being very active. So just keep your stress levels down, breathe, hydrate, do some yoga, maybe do some body weight stuff, do a little meditation. Don't stress out, you know. I don't always, sometimes I'll take a day out. Like I didn't lift heavy weights today. I did some mobility and I did cold plunge. I'll do some sauna, but I'm not crushing myself today. Tomorrow I'm going to lift heavy. So, and I'm not moving. I'm not packing. I did pick up another piece of equipment. So there's that. We were just talking about it last night. Cerny's like, did you pick up any more equipment? I'm like, actually, yes. She's like, figures. Yeah, well. And another one. And another one. So anyway, you'll be fine. Is it okay if I'm not able? Is that okay? I do want to yell at you and be like, go to the fucking gym. So take advantage of my kindness. Take advantage of it. Because it's not going to last. I'm just in a good mood. So, Julian Papa, any tips for the carnivore diet? Cuts of meat, supplements, etc. Well, to be honest, I'm not a fan of the full-blown carnivore. I don't do it. So I'll ask you why you're doing full carnivore. You know, what's your plan is. I mean, you definitely want to get organs. You might have issues with magnesium. Are you having raw dairy? Are you having organ meats? You just don't want to eat muscle meat. So I'm not a fan personally of carnivore completely. I've done it. I've done keto. I didn't like those things. So it took me a while to settle on meat and fruit. And I might have some white rice or some sweet potato now and again if I feel like it. I just haven't felt like it. So I'm kind of like leaning into it. I'm like, I haven't really had a craving. I thought about it. I'm like, I don't really want to. But when I feel like it, I will. So I leave it open-ended, but I'm not going to be going, I don't have any cravings or desire for vegetables. Spinach and asparagus always like burn my tongue from like the oxalates. That always bothered me, or like raspberries, or sometimes not so much strawberries, but raspberries always like I would eat. I love them. My tongue would start burning and I realized it was from the oxalates and stuff. So you got to really customize that. But I do supplement with magnesium. What else do I do? Magnesium has been a big one because I always had issues with muscle cramping even before I continued to eat better and better. So drinking tons of water and even electrolytes, it's not necessarily enough. I personally need more magnesium, or I notice when I do supplement with magnesium, I don't have the muscle cramping at all. I don't have any of those issues. So I just make sure I spread it out. I don't take like a ton at once. I'll do a little bit in the morning, before and after I work out if I'm training, and then before bed. And it's been fantastic for me. Matt the Great, can I get some America because I no longer work midnight shift. I start on day shift Monday and I'm so excited I can sleep like an actual human again. Matt the Great in the fucking house. You get a round of applause. Look at you, some DJ air horn. Let me hit you up with a glockenspiel and party noisemaker. Hell, take a triangle. There you go. Matt the Great getting sleep like a human being. Good man. Let's see. I'm the overtime or the. I'm currently moving and packing. Okay, so wait, maybe I'm wrong. So you're the Amazon driver. So do you mean moving and packing packages? Like it's work, or you mean you're moving? So you're moving and packing in terms of your work, not so much you're moving like an apartment or a house. So I take it back. Go to the fucking gym. Stop being a beach. No, if you are, look, this is why I always say if you have a physical job, because especially if you're working Amazon or UPS or FedEx, you know, it's, you're hustling around, you're in the heat, you're in these like vans, and sometimes there's no AC and it's the summer. So if you're not doing your training first thing in the morning, you're not going to fucking feel like it after work. So if you, let's say you have an early shift, whatever, just do yoga and meditation, take a cold shower. If you train hard, I would do it first. Oh, you are moving from apartment. Dude, what is it? What is happening here? What is happening here?
You're not making this easy on me, boy.
What is happening here? All right, so I had it right the first time. You know what? At this point, go to the fucking gym. Go to the fucking gym. Now you're going to the... See what you did? See what you did? You made me this way. It's not me, it's you. So you're working overtime and moving at home. All right. You know what? All right. I'm done. I'm done. Go to the fucking gym. That's why we can't have nice things. Touchant Jangra 04. Touchant. I'm so sorry. It's fine, bro. Take care of yourself. Look, the number one thing is, like, let's say you're stretched real thin. Come on, fam. I don't care if you're moving, you have overtime at your job. Eat real food, right? Eat properly. Meditate. Do some yoga. Do a little like 30-minute, 20-minute Swolga session or express yoga class or some kind of movement. Just decompress. You'll live without lifting every day. Just get back onto your routine. And plus, if you're training hard, you can just use extra recovery. Your body's stressed out. But a lot of people use that. You know that. A lot of people do. They move and they have this and they just eat like shit. It's like, don't use that as an excuse to eat shit. That's going to negatively affect you a lot more than not training intensely for a day. All right. Is peanut butter can cause harmful heat in the body, especially in summer? All right.
You lose.
All right. Well, I don't even know what the question is here. There's a lot of words. That's a lot of words. Can peanut butter cause harmful heat in the body? Jesus Christ. From your name, maybe English isn't your first language, so I respect the attempt. But, yeah. I mean, now you're 0-2. It was 0-1 and you swung at a fucking slider in the dirt. So now it's 0-2. So you're behind the count already. Just saying. Can it cause harmful heat? Well, if you have hives, if you have a poor reaction. Personally, most peanut butter, pretty much in my opinion, all peanut butter is trash. But yeah, most things you're going to buy in the supermarket, polyunsaturated fats, you're getting a lot of the legumes. A lot of people have inflammatory issues and allergic responses, and especially the hydrogenated oils, anything Jiffy, Peter Pan, all that stuff is trash. Tons of sugar and gross nastiness. Same goes for olive oil or almond butter. It's like, sometimes people can get away with some of that stuff, but you're not benefiting. You're really not benefiting. There's more. Look, when I look at all these different foods and different things, it's like, okay, where's the most value for my food? Like, am I putting something in my body that's actually going to maximize the value? Or am I just putting in empty calories with tons of sugar and garbage? That's going to cause negative side effects. So don't take up space in your stomach with things that aren't valuable. All right. That's just how I look at it. And you just don't, that's not a necessary food at all. All right. AMZ Dark Crystal. My question is for all the swole mamas out there. What are some of your favorite postpartum exercises? I finally got the go ahead from my doctor to do more than yoga, but to take it slow and easy. So ladies, swole mamas, drop in the chat. And Dark Crystal, have you tried the postnatal yoga in the yoga studio? By the way, for all mamas out there, we have prenatal yoga, postnatal yoga, and kids yoga. So go check that out in the yoga studio. SwoleNormousX.com. Join the fam today. today. All right, Cash Browns. All right, that's a pretty fucking awesome screen name. It's been a while since we've had a good screen name, right? Cash Browns, like hash browns. That's pretty fire. This guy looks like he's from India. My name Cash Brown. That's fucking sweet. I like it, dude. We're friends. Papa, what's your favorite cut of steak and how do you cook it? I love a ribeye, and I like it to have a suspended Instagram account. It just hasn't posted recently, so I like it. Yeah, I like it, either medium rare. Depends on the thickness, depends on the cut, depends on my mood, but I like a nice medium rare. Anything medium or above is burnt. Boint. Every once in a while, like I'll leave something, I'll misjudge the thickness and I'll kind of overcook it a little bit. I'm like, it's still good because I cook it juicy, but I like. Daddy likes. Spaceman Daniel, and then we're going to move on to some balls deep, and then we're going to get into overtime. I'm busy with work every day. How do I make time to work out? Ooh. Good question. Now you might be asking yourself, why is this a good question? Usually I'll rage on this. Because notice he didn't say, I'm busy with work every day. I don't have time to work out. Or how do I have time to work out? He says, how do I make time to work out? Daniel, you answered your own question. You answered your own question. So, with all due respect and love, I'm going to give you Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
You asked a question and you answered it right there. I'm busy with work every day. How do I make time to work out? Yes. Exactly. There you go. It's simpler than you think, Daniel. Train first. Make it a priority. Get up earlier. Whoa, then I'm tired. Then go to sleep earlier. Yeah, well. That's how you make the time. Do it first. You're not going to do it after work. I can tell. You're not going to do shit after work. Go first. And then you're going to be proud of yourself. Do it first. That being said, let's move on from there. Let's go balls deep. It's time. It's time, fam. There we go.
That's deep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, fam. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Fam-wise game G's. All right. We got a couple yikes. And holy fuck. All right. These are bad. All right. Pick a number 1 or 2. I'm going to start the first one. I'm going to start us off. First one is Thin People Struggle Too.
What's in the box?
Aww. Thin People Struggle Too. Hashtag overtime for a chance to win today's Swole card. Look at the tainty, man. Oh my God. We got some Tontimian. And of course, I didn't even show. I haven't shown the videos today. We got the church. We got the church on the perch. The church perch and the tainty cam. All right, let's get into it. Thin People Struggle Too.
This smells like all lives matter to me. This person goes on to say that thin people have struggles too, like illness, and sometimes that.
Okay. Decaf, everyone. Decaf is a thing. I don't personally drink it, but it is a thing. Just putting that out there. Response to a TikTok question says, using terms like thin privilege ends up hurting a lot of people. Both struggles of thin and fat need to be supported. It's like, this pretty much sounds like the all lives matter. All lives do matter. Oh, all lives matter hurts your feelings? Isn't that creepy? Isn't that creepy when people started getting angry when you say all lives matter? You had to say specifically the Marxist organization. You had to bend a knee. You had to bend a knee to that fucking scam, the BLM scam. You had to bend a knee to that specifically. You can't say all lives matter. Nuh-uh. Who's the crazy sick one when you say all lives matter? Who's crazy? Of course, the people that say every life matters. They're the racists. They're the evil. It's the most hardcore gaslighting ever, right? Okay, let's continue with Dum Dum here.
That's why they're thin. Therefore, their struggles need to be acknowledged as well. Okay, but like thin people have the opportunity to navigate the world in a certain way. Just like
what? Thin people have the ability to, sometimes when they say, you're smarter than you look, she's not. Sometimes the IQ matches what you would expect. Sometimes it does.
Like white, able-bodied people. And so the point is not, oh my gosh, your struggles don't matter. You're thin because you're sick and your sickness doesn't matter. The issue.
Okay. Make sure you schedule another session with Dr. Barker. Don't forget. I love how we have what looks to be a white woman here. So do we have an ally on our midst? Standing up for all the fatties? Thin people get to navigate the world. That's what you call walking upstairs? Fitting through a door? Thin people get to navigate the world. What, chairs? A booth? Holy shit. Seatbelts? Yeah, thin people just navigate the world so much different. Going on a roller coaster? Whoa, game changer.
Is that when that thin person goes into the doctor's office, that doctor is not telling them to lose weight or that they can't get a surgery that's life affirming because of their weight. That person.
Life affirming. Well, guess what? Surgery is not supposed to affirm your life. It's supposed to solve a medical condition. That's why surgeries that are not required, they're called, what are they called, fam? Elective. In other words, you don't need a boob job. You don't need fake tits. That's something you're choosing to do. You don't need a nose job. That's something you're choosing to do. Of course, some people have serious breathing issues and, it saves them. So sometimes it's more necessary than others. But it's called elective surgery for a reason. No one needs a Brazilian butt lift. It's a choice of the individual. It's not required. Okay. There are issues with being morbidly obese and sedating a very severely unhealthy person. But Dr. Fuckenstein over here apparently doesn't know that.
Doesn't not get a job because they don't look the part because of their size. I would never belittle someone's health struggle or shame them for their body.
Of course not, but everyone watching that doesn't agree with me is a fucking hateful bigot. Interesting.
Shaming myself for living in a small body. What I'm doing is acknowledging privilege so that we can A, develop more empathy, and B, create systematic change.
Yeah, this is not how you develop empathy. By victimizing people. That doesn't develop empathy, that develops pity and pathetic and resentment among different types of people. It develops this whole passive aggressive bullshit that we're dealing with. People that are narcissistic and expecting free fucking handouts and eliminating a meritocracy. The better you do, the better things get. You're not going to be able to, I don't know. There are many jobs where someone that's morbidly obese wouldn't be acceptable. I mean, if you're doing remote stuff or customer service, sure, you could be morbidly obese. I guess it doesn't really matter. But if I had a business, guess what? I would not hire an obese person. Why the fuck would I? Why would I? I would not. It's not because I hate people. It's not because that person should die. It's not because that person is less than. It's just that is not the type of image I would want my business to portray. If it's a fitness company, I wouldn't hire a fat personal trainer. I don't care how much you know, you are not a product. You are not showing what it takes. You are not proof. You wouldn't hire someone to be your stylist if they dressed like shit. I mean, would you have like a homeless real estate agent? It doesn't make sense. Like a mechanic that's never worked on a car before. It doesn't make any sense. And a lot of jobs need like physical activity. And if you're obese, you're not gonna be able to keep up. In some cases, maybe you can keep up and whatever. Or how about just take care of yourself and then it's not a problem? Okay. I also like how you think that it's always fat people that can't find, right? It's always fat people that can't find clothes. Fat people just can never find fucking clothes. Well, look at this. I see fat people everywhere. And guess what? They're wearing clothes. So obviously something doesn't match up. Are you going to Versace to try to find something for fat people? I see a lot of fat people. I never see a naked fat person. I've never seen a morbidly obese naked person in public. You know why? Because they're wearing fucking clothes. So where are they getting their clothes from? Obviously from stores. So people are figuring it out. So you're victimizing people as if someone who needs like a 4XL can't find that on Amazon in 2 fucking seconds. You go on the internet, you find it immediately. Don't give me that bullshit. Oh, you can't go to American Eagle and find a 6XL? Shocker. I can't go to fucking Banana Republic and find a shirt that fits. I never could. I would put on a shirt. It'd be like, it would fit me here and my arms would rip the tanks because it's for fucking soy boy beta cucks. That just is the way it is. I would go to a store and put on jeans and it would barely, if it fit my fucking thighs and my ass, it would be like a foot out at my waist. Because most people aren't in good shape. Most people don't lift weights and have muscles. Now there are more companies. And let me tell you, to find pants that aren't just sweatpants, to find jeans that fit, I need to get like bodybuilder, like stretchy jeans. And let me tell you, they're not $39.95. Those things are like $150 if you want to buy pants like that. So who's fucking privileged? I have to get specific clothes that actually fit me. I have to go and get, a lot of times, if I want to get certain clothes, I have to get things specially tailored for my body type, or I have to get certain brands that are going to be made for people who are physically fit, or certain fabrics that will stretch in certain areas, or whatever. I don't care about fucking fashion, but you get my point, right? All I know is I don't see any morbidly obese naked people. I've been out and around. I live in Florida. There are plenty of fat people down here. I just never see naked people moving around. I'm not complaining. I am not complaining. I am not complaining. But they're obviously finding clothes. So that being said, let's get a Matt Damon for
Matt Damon.
That person. Thank you for being such an ally to whatever the fuck you're trying to do. You're signaling very nicely. Everyone thinks you're a wonderful person. You sound great. You must be really fun at parties. Hopefully you're getting a lot of followers with your TikTok. Thanks for sharing. Okay, let's do this. Do we pick number 1? Let's go with the GOAT. Cerny, the GOAT. Number 1.
Look at her. She looks like she's 19 years old, sitting there with
a little dainty reprieve, a little church, and I got my Fuck Your Pumpkin Spice mug. papaswolio.com. It's pumpkin spice season. I've been posting pumpkin spice videos. Ooh, it's here. It's here, pumpkin spice. I was going to the dentist today, so when I moved further north, so I have to drive like 45 minutes to the dentist. And it doesn't matter. I was irrelevant to the story really, but I was going to the dentist for the cleaning. And I drove past and I thought there was an accident because I was in the right lane. And I had to switch over because there were like cars all stopped up and traffic was moving. I was like, oh shit. So I got over in the other lane and I expected an accident. No, it was the parking lot. And it was a line around the fucking building and out into the street for Starbucks. For fucking Starbucks. I bet because I think they just started doing the pumpkin spice like yesterday or today, or yesterday it just launched around the fucking shopping center out into the road. It was a 3-lane road, a major road. Just people lined up to just drink some diabetes. All right, this is Cerny, so we can haze Cerny. So when this video sucks, make sure you give Cerny a couple lashings. Let's see. This is called Fat Phobia in Queer Community. So they're starting to fight amongst themselves. Little rainbow wars here. Here we go. What we got? What's in the box? No one knows.
What's in the box?
I'm gonna be really honest. There's a lot of really fat phobic people out there, even in the queer community. I was a go-go dancer at a pride party, and the amount of money that I made versus the amount of money that the thin people made was not the same.
Jesus!
What the fuck is that?
Christ! Is it a joke? Is it a joke? Is the makeup a joke? You can tell it looks like a 3-year-old did that kind of makeup. And it's got like the chin, the hair. Okay. Obscure reference. A lot of you won't know this one, but you ever see the cartoon, The Beatles, Yellow Submarine? She looks like an apple bonker. You know those? Remember the apple bonkers? Certainly, this is way after your time, but do you remember? I don't know if you ever saw that. No, not Gary Cooper. There's something else, Ernie. All right. Who knows that reference? Let me see. Let me pull up a picture. I'm not doing this to make fun of her. I don't have to. Look, this is not like, I don't need to make fun of. This is just, we're just, apple, bonker, yellow, submarine. Hello, glove. Oh, no, not the apple bonker. No, it's the one with the stomachs that eat. Not the apple bonkers. I was wrong. I don't know what they're called. The blue meanies. Hello, glove. No, it wasn't the meanie. It was the, all right, I'll find it. Yellow submarine stomach eater. I don't know what they're called. Blue meanies. Images. Now we got to do it. Oh, now I just got all that Ocean Gate submarine stuff. Okay, well, that's a different type of rabbit hole. Yellow submarine. Yeah, maybe I'll just do yellow submarine. Maybe I'll get some images from the... Now I got to find it. I got to finish. I got to close this loop. I kind of like the blue... There we go. Yeah. Oh, geez. That's... Yikes. That's dead on, bro. That whole movie is like one massive acid trip. Here we go. Holy shit. Fucking nailed it, bro. Look at this. Wait, huh? Yo. Look at that guy. Telling me I dead on, right? Jesus Christ.
Emotional damage.
And kind of like the blue, like the stomach, but like the blue meanies, like kind of look like, yeah, fucking twinning. All right. Fucking nailed it. Nailed it. Like a glove. All right. That was more accurate than I thought it was. All right, let's continue. Fuck.
Thin people made was not the same. Sometimes people don't even feel comfortable like putting the money in my underwear, but people are like really awkward with like, should I touch you? Should I? And I see them totally touching other people. So those are little reminders that people still have a lot of work to do around their fat phobia.
Yo, bitch, that ain't fat phobia. Yo, that's not fat phobia. That's repulsion. Oh my God. Can you imagine pretending like people don't... You're fat phobic because you don't like that. I do not think you understand what that word means.
You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Considering fat phobia is just a made up term, you're not even using it properly. That's not fat phobia. That's not even phobia. That's just fear. Can you imagine how much a child would cry? That individual would make babies cry. Right? You came near a baby like, hi, little sweetie. The baby like, and like turn into the mother's chest. Like the hiding, kind of like when Joe Biden goes to kiss a baby. The kid's like, creepy old man, touch me.
Come on, man.
All right, one more and then we got overtime. Fam, here we go. Shocker. Trans. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right, this is called, fam, look, we'll do a throwback after and then we'll go into overtime, but this one's called, I would say I don't make the rules. I do, but we got to watch it. It's called Trans 4-Year-Old. I know. These always make me rage.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Not a single brain cell that I know.
When a kid tells you that they're transgender,
Jesus
believe
Christ.
them. A lot of people will say that it's impossible for a 4-year-old to know if they're trans or not.
Exactly. A 4-year-old might think they're Superman. They might think they're a gremlin. If a 4-year-old tells you they're trans, first off, a 4-year-old will never know if they're trans unless you tell them that they are. A 4-year-old does not know. They don't know. They don't come up with this. A 4-year-old has no idea what trans is. Actually, scientists and people today don't really even know what it is. It's called gender dysphoria. Trans is just some kind of like vernacular term that is trying to leverage the deconstruction of our language. That's really what that is about. Trans women are women. No, men are not women, so you can't say that. So anyway, no, a 4-year-old doesn't know what that is. A 4-year-old will jump off a building if you tell them they can fly, which is why you don't tell 4-year-olds to jump off buildings. When you're trying to fuck kids, yeah, you might want to manipulate them sexually and mentally. Anyway.
When a kid tells you that they're transgender, believe them. A lot of people will say that it's impossible for a 4-year-old to know if they're trans or not.
There's no such thing as a trans kid.
That's not true. They can know.
They can't.
And here's why. From day one, gender is baked into everything we do. Either.
You mean chromosomes? Are you calling baking? Are you calling baking like being in the womb? So you know how they call women, right? They want them to be, what's it called? Egg producers or carriers. Now they're going to start calling women like fetal ovens or something like that. That's the next thing. Gender is baked into everything. It's called biology. It's called chromosomes. DNA. That's what it's called.
Have a boy name or a girl name.
A boy name or a girl name. Now that's something different. You could have a boy named Leslie. Most people don't name their boy Leslie, but they used to, right? Leslie Nielsen, famous actor. You know, Samantha, Sam. You could have a Sam as a man's name, Samantha as a female's name. There are usually male and female versions of certain names. You could name a name as a name. But their gender and their sex, yeah, that's not made up. The name is made up. That's just a sound you make with your face to reference someone. But sex is binary. Let's continue.
Boy toys or girl toys, boy clothes or girl clothes.
Arbitrary.
So from an early
nothing.
age, kids understand the difference between boy and girl. And
they don't. They understand what you tell them. Of course, humans innately understand that they're different. Boys act a certain way. There's nature and nurture. So in this case, nurture would be the brainwashing, right? And there's primary characteristics or secondary characteristics, right? Some men are more feminine and some females are more masculine. Whether you play with a truck or you're a girl and you want to play baseball with the boys in the neighborhood, that doesn't make you the opposite. Okay.
more importantly, which one they're expected to be. So it makes sense that if what they feel inside is different than what they're expected to be, that they might feel uncomfortable and they might want to talk about that discomfort.
You mean
and
puberty
we
anxiety?
all know that kids are good at talking about how they feel.
Kids are not good about it. What are you talking about, dude? Kids are good about talking about how they feel? Kids are good about talking about how they feel. I'll let you all discuss that in the chat. Kids don't know what the fuck they're doing. That's why they're supposed to have parents that protect them from pedos like this.
About how they feel. For example, mommy, I skinned my knee. Mommy, someone called me a name on the playground. Or even, mommy, I don't like wearing boy clothes. These are all similar feelings of discomfort that we can talk about to our parents. That's not to say that all kids will realize they're transgender when they're little. A lot don't. I didn't until I was 27, but I can't tell you how many people I've met that knew they were trans at 4 or 5 years old. So if there's a kid in your life who's telling you they're trans, please believe them. They know
No. No, don't. Fucking Mr. Doubtfire over here. I didn't say Mrs. Doubtfire.
Know what they're talking about, and your support might save their life.
Oof. Oof. That's a rough take. That's a rough take.
There's Tiny Tuck, Typical Tuck, Total Tuck, and the Tyrannical Tuck.
Oof. Oof. Super rough. My God. I was a Ghostbuster when I was 5. So, I mean, nothing wrong with the proton pack. You know, just for the record, I kept the proton pack.
Because
I call it Slimer. Get it? Oh! Boom! In your face! I'm sorry. Did that offend you? I'm sorry, church. Okay. All right. Too much? Too much? Was that too much? I'm going to pet you. Stretch. Oh, stretchies. Aww. Stretchies. If you're just listening, we're getting a little bit of church. We're getting a little bit of church on the church cam. And she's sleepy. There we go. Good girl. She just... Tainty Man's all wrapped up. Look at, oh, you can see his hyena. You can see his hyena strip on the back. So his hair right there, that dark strip, stands up when he's like getting aggressive or when he sees someone he doesn't know and like a stranger or something, like walking down the street. So he looks like a hyena. Church intimidates no one. You intimidate no one, baby girl. All right. Hashtag overtime. Overtime, overtime, overtime. I know. We're going to go. She's like, I want to go into overtime, Daddy. You want to go into overtime? We're going to do the swole card, and then we're going to do a ball, and then we're going to do a throwback, and we're going to overtime. All right. That was gross. That was disgusting. Let's give away the swole card. We got an overtime swole card, and then we got a throwback, and then we got the overtime segment. Very stoked. Here we go.
What's in the box?
Kick us off. Overtime swole card. We got a Schwinner. Today's Schwinner is Alan in the Telegram chat. Alan, congratulations. All right. We got Alan in the Telegram chat. Congratulations, Alan. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card, 2667, the subject, your mailing address, and the body of the email. Let's nut this fucking beach. Congratulations. Congratulations, Bro Jackson. Yeah, we got a couple. So, fam, by the way, head on into, we still have a throwback post, but you can start heading into the Daily Swole Telegram chat, and then we will shut this shit down on the public streams, and we're going to have overtime, brand new Drive Mulgaining balls. You bet it's going to be fire. Don't miss out. SH is saying, where is a 4-year-old learning the word trans? That's the adult putting that on them. 100,000%. Very good comment. Dead on. 1,000%. Emily says, if I ask my kids what a trans person is, they would have no idea what I'm talking about. That is a good thing. It's called being a good parent, or at least educating them properly. If they come to you and ask, someone said at school, you tell them. Bring back the buildings with the rooms, with the padded walls. Bring them back, baby. Bring back the buildings with the padded rooms, with the padded walls. Extra thick. Like thick walls. Thick. Thick fucking walls. Hey, Churchy! Aww. like some poop. You smell like poop. Do with me. Piano cock time. No eye contact. No eye contact. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. Stop looking. Coast to coast. Don't look at it. Almost hit her with it. Don't. You're making me uncomfortable. You're making me uncomfortable. All right, fam. Thanks for being here. Throwback time. Let me crank up this hog for a second. Ooh, Aaron, shut up, bitch soundboard. I got you.
Shut up, bitch!
All right, throwback time. Everyone, if you're just new or you're joining the fam right now, you still got a little bit of time. You're cutting it close. But right there on your homepage, join in on the Daily Swole Telegram chat. We have we have a couple Telegram chats, but not the Swole fam one. The Daily Swole Telegram chat where we do the live stream. So we got people in there now. We got Alan, we got Anthony, Cerny, Loretta, people coming in. Cool. So let's get into a throwback, and then we will go into OT. All right, throwback time. Ooh, happy birthday, Anthony. Very nice. Golf clap for Anthony. If you got a soundboard you want, let us know. Tony Toner. All right, throwback time. Here we go. Let's see what we got here. Yikes. All right, let's do it. Fat phobia doesn't exist. No one is afraid of you for your poor diet and exercise choices. Keep pretending to be a victim instead of working on yourself.
He is one of us!
So that was based as fuck. So this video is in response to that comment.
Let me educate you, pumpkin, because you're clearly uneducated on the subject. Okay, let's hear it. First of all, fat does not equal unhealthy.
Prove it.
I weigh 260 pounds.
Whoa! You probably have to be 6'6" to be 260 and not look fat.
I'm a size 2X, and I kickbox, I do yoga, I do aerial yoga, I dance.
She's probably not going to tell us the real shit going on, but it's not possible. Either she's doing all that stuff, look at her bags under her eyes, she's not eating properly, she's probably a fucking vegan the way she looks, she's not sleeping well, there's other stuff going on. I'm not expecting to get the actual answers Lift
here,
weights. Come on.
She's a liar.
Lift weights. I love how everyone's like, I do kickboxing. Great. Look, I know a thing or two about kickboxing. I used to own and run a kickboxing studio, started a kickboxing brand. Trust me, I know how many fat people do kickboxing. Okay? That's one thing I do know. I know who goes to kickboxing classes. So kickboxing don't mean you in shape. Okay? Okay. It's a lot of cardio. So we talked about in the podcast. A lot of cardio. Lift heavy weights. Eat real food. Get sleep. I don't care about the yoga and the aerial yoga. You want to lose fat? Yoga's not... Can you? Sure, but it's a caloric deficit. It's eating properly. It's exercise over time. But I didn't see lifting weights. I didn't see eating beef and fruit and raw dairy, real food. I do kickboxing. I do aerial yoga. With a crane? Come on now. Aerial yoga. So, come on. It's cake. You're hanging there. Give me a break. Give me a break. All right, fam. Overtime. Thanks for being here. We're just having fun. Anyone that watched this, don't get offended. Don't get butthurt. Take action. Take control of your lives. Follow the 7 pillars. Start making positive choices. If you have mental disorders, if you think everyone else is to blame but you, That's your problem. That's a you issue. I'm not saying the things that I say to be a meanie head. I don't care if you think I am. I just don't care. I'm tired of hearing this bullshit. I'm tired of hearing these fucking lazy ass excuses and people blaming everyone else for their problems. It's your fault. It's your responsibility. Take ownership, take your power back and get it done, or stop complaining about it. But I know how you love those views. I know how you want that fucking clout on TikTok. I get it. I get it. It can be addictive. It can be seductive, but it's not making you a better person. That's for sure. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you tomorrow for Swole Slut Saturday. Now it's time for overtime.
Finish him.
Yeah. Let's fucking go. All right, fam. Kicking it over. Overtime sidebar. Getting rid of the cyber comp. Boom, boom, bing, bang, boom. Let's go. OT starts in 2 minutes. I see people in the Daily Swole Telegram chat. Let's fucking go. We'll have this up in Swole TV for later watching and listening and all that stuff. So see you then. We'll see you back tomorrow. Overtime starts right now in 3, 2, 1. Peace, McGee's, Deuce Magoose, your boy Papa Swolio. Out.
I just wanna win on the low, like